Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yata Paragamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajantam Sagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sagana Lalita Shivishkam Vitam Sya Om Agyana Timarandasya Gyana Chana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gorva Bhistam Supurakam Garaganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Shirupa Patanugam Govinda Bidam Ujwalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwa Gurun Shah Divyad Bhagavat Prem Noe Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Baranam Balarka Chelan Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Baranam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shubharam Madeka Sharanam Nyashishvara Shridaram Vanshakaupatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pabenebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahamaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratabhishe Namah. So we're continuing with our reading of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. This is a translation and commentary by Srila Prabhupada. And this is chapter 1, the Spiritual Masters, text number 60. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana kata tajoshanad ashvapavargavartmani shradharatir bhaktir anukramishyati. The spiritually powerful message of Godhead can be properly discussed only in a society of devotees, and it is greatly pleasing to hear in that association. If one hears from devotees, the way of transcendental experience quickly opens, and gradually one attains firm faith that in due course develops into attraction and devotion. This verse appears in Srimad Bhagavatam, where Kapila Dev replies to the questions of his mother Devahuti about the process of devotional service. As one advances in devotional service, the process becomes progressively clear and more encouraging. Unless one gets the spiritual encouragement by following the instructions of the spiritual master, it is not possible to make advancement. Therefore, one's development of a taste for executing these instructions is the test of one's devotional service. Initially, one must develop confidence by hearing the science of devotion from a qualified spiritual master. Then, as he associates with devotees and tries to adopt the means instructed by the spiritual master in his own life, his misgivings and other obstacles are vanquished by his execution of devotional service. Strong attachment for the transcendental service of the Lord develops as he continues listening to the messages of Godhead, and if he steadfastly proceeds in this way, he is certainly elevated to spontaneous love for the Supreme Lord. Ishvara Swarup Bhakta Tara Rishtan Bhaktera Hridaye Krishnir Sadata Vishram. A pure devotee constantly engaged in the loving service of the Lord is identical with the Lord who is always seated in his heart. Saravo Hridayam Mayam Sarunam Hridayam Tvaham Mad Anyat Tena Jananti Naham Tebyo Managapi. Saints are my heart, and only I am their hearts. They do not know anyone but me, and therefore I do not recognize anyone besides them as mine. Sadavo Hridayam Mayam Sarunam Hridayam Tvaham Mad Anyat Tena Janati Naham Tebyo Managapi. Saints are my heart, and only I am their hearts. They do not know anyone but me, and therefore I do not recognize anyone besides them as mine. Pavan Vida Bhagavatas Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tirti Kurvanti Tirtani Swantastena Gadabrita. Saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimage because of their purity. They are constant companions of the Lord, and therefore they can purify even the places of pilgrimage. This verse was spoken by Maharaj Yudhishthira to Vidura in Srimad Bhagavatam. Maharaj Yudhishthira was receiving his saintly uncle Vidura, who had been visiting sacred places of pilgrimage. Maharaj Yudhishthira told Vidura that pure devotees like him are personified holy places because the Supreme Personality of God is always with them in their hearts. By their association, sinful persons are freed from sinful reactions, and therefore, wherever a pure devotee goes is a sacred place of pilgrimage. The importance of holy places is due to the presence there of such pure devotees. Saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimage because of their purity. They are constant companions of the Lord, and therefore they can purify even the places of pilgrimage. Say Bhaktagan hoy dvivida prakar parishad gan ek sadhaka gana ar. Such pure devotees are of two types: personal associates, parishats, and neophyte devotees, sadhakas. Perfect servitors of the Lord are considered his personal associates, whereas devotees endeavoring to attain perfection are called sadhakas or neophytes. Among the associates, some are attracted by the opulence of the personality of Godhead, and others are attracted by nuptial love of Godhead. The former devotees are placed in the realm of Vaikuntha to render reverential devotional service, whereas the latter devotees are placed in Vrindaban for the direct service of Sri Krishna. So, though some persons are attracted by Aishvarya Gyan or opulences of the Lord, and others are attracted by Kevala Bhakti or by spontaneous devotees, spontaneous love for the Lord. Ishvarer avatar tin prakar amsha avatara ar gunavatar Shaktivesh avatar tritiya emat amshavatar purusha matsyadika jat. There are three categories of incarnations of Godhead: partial incarnations, qualitative incarnations, and empowered incarnations. The Purushas and Matsya are examples of partial incarnations. So, Amshavatar, there's Ishwarya avatar 18 prakar, Amshavatar, Arguna avatar, Shaktivesh avatar, Tritiya mat, Amshavatar, Purusha, Matsyadika jat. There are three categories of incarnations of Godhead: partial incarnations, Amshavatar; qualitative incarnations, Gunavatar; and empowered incarnations, Shaktivesh avatar. The Purushas and Matsyas. The Purushas and Matsya are examples of partial incarnations. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Teen, Gunavatari, Gani, Shaktivesh, Sanakari, Prithu, Vyasamuni. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are qualitative incarnations. Empowered incarnations are those like the Kumaras, King Prithu, and Mahamuni Vyasa, the compiler of the Vedas. So Guna avatars, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. The qualities that they have: Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma, passion; Vishnu, pure goodness; and Shiva, ignorance. They are qualitative incarnations. Empower incarnations are those like the Kumaras, King Prithu, and Mahamuni Vyasa, compiler of the Vedas. Dui rupe hoy bhagavanere prakash ekte eketa prakash hoy arata bilas. The Lord exhibits himself in two kinds of forms, prakash and vilas. The Supreme Lord expands his personal forms in two primary categories. The prakash forms are manifested by Lord Krishna for his pastimes, and their features are exactly like his. When Lord Krishna married 16,000 queens in Dwarka, he did so in 16,000 Prakash expansions. Similar, during the Rasa dance, he expanded himself in identical Prakash forms to dance beside each and every gopi simultaneously. When the Lord manifests his Vilas expansions, however, they are all somewhat different in their bodily features. Lord Balaram is the first Vilas expansion of Lord Krishna, and the four-headed Narayan forms in Vaikuntha expand from Balaram. There is no difference between the bodily forms of Sri Krishna and Balaram, except that their bodily colors are different. Similarly, Sri Narayan in Vaikuntha has four heads, whereas Krishna has only two. The expansions of the Lord who manifest such bodily differences are known as Vilas Vigrahas. Ekei Vigraha Jari Hoy Bahurub Karita Beda Nahi Eka E Swarup Mahishi Vivahe Jaiche Jaichi Koilaras Ihake Kohiye Krishner Mukya Prakash. When the Lord expands himself in many forms, all non-different in their features, as Lord Krishna did when he married 16,000 queens and when he performed his rasa dance, such forms of the Lord are called manifested forms, Prakash Vigrahas. Chitram Vaitaitad Ekena Vapusha Yugapat Pritak Griheshu Dvi Asta Sahasram Striya Eg Udavahat. It is astounding that Lord Sri Krishna, who is one without a second, expanded himself in 16,000 similar forms to marry 16,000 queens in their respective homes. Rasotsava Sampravrito Gopi Mandala Mandita Yogeshvarena Krishnena Tasam Madhye Dvayor Dvayo. When Lord Krishna, surrounded by groups of cowherd girls or gopis, began the festivities of the rasa dance, the Lord of all mystic powers placed himself between each two girls. So those are Prakash forms of the Lord. Pravishtena grihithanam kante swanikatam striya yamanyaran nabastavad vimana shatasankulam divokasham sadharanam ati otsukya vritatmanam tato dundubayo nedur nipetu pushpa vrishtaya. When the cowherd girls and Krishna thus joined together, each girl thought that Krishna was dearly embracing her alone. To behold this wonderful pastime of the Lord's, the denizens of heaven and their wives, all very eager to see the dance, flew in the sky, and there are hundreds of airplanes. They showered flowers and beat sweetly on drums. Anekatra prakatata Rupa Shaikasya Yaikada Sarvata Tatsvarupaiva Sa Prakasha Itiryate. If numerous forms, all equal in their feature, are displayed simultaneously, such forms are called Prakash Vigrahas of the Lord. Ekei Vigraha Kintu Akare Hoyana Aneka Prakasha Hoy Vilasa Taranam. But when the numerous forms are slightly different from one another, they are called Vilas Vigrahas. Swarupam Anyakara, Swarupam Anyakaram Yat Tashabati Vilasata Prayenatma Samam Shaktya Savilaso Nigadyate. When the Lord displays numerous forms with different features by his inconceivable potency, such forms are called Vilas Vigrahas. Jaicha Baladeva Paravyome Narayana Jaiche Vasudeva Pradyumnade Shankarshana. Examples of such Vilas Vigrahas are Baladev, Narayan in Vaikuntha Dham, and the Chatur Vyuha Vasudeva Shankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. Now those are Vilas Vigrahas. Slightly different, Prakash Vigraha, all the same as the Lord. Expansions in the rasa dance, Krishna expanded as a queens, Vilas Vigrahas that are different, Balaram, different color, and then the Chaturvyuha, they're all different forms in the original form of the Lord. Ishvarera Shakti hoy 18 prakar, Ek Lakmi Gana Pure Mahishe Gana Ar, Braje Gopi Ganar, Sabate Pradhan, Brajendra Nandana Jate, Swayam Bhagavan. The energies, consorts of the Supreme Lord are of three kinds. The Lakshmis in Vaikuntha, the queens in Dwaraka, and the gopis in Vrindaban. The gopis are the best of all, for they have the privilege of serving Sri Krishna, the primeval Lord, the son of the king of Braja. So these are Shakti forms. Sayamrupa Krishnera Kaya Vyuha Tarasam Bhakta Sahitik Hoy Tahara Abaran. The personal associates of the primeval Lord Sri Krishna are his devotees, who are identical with him. He is complete with his entourage of devotees. Sri Krishna and his various personal expansions are non-different in potential power. These expansions are associated with further secondary expansions or servitor expansions who are called devotees. Bhaktadi Krami Koila Sabara Bandhan is Sabara Bandhan Sarva Shubera Karan. Now I have worshipped all the various levels of devotees. Worshipping them is the source of all good fortune. Pratama Shloke Kohe Samanya Mangala Charan Dvitiya Shlokate Kore Visesha Bandhan. In the first verse I have invoked a general benediction, but in the second I prayed to the Lord in a particular form. Bande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanando Sahodito Goradaye Pushpavanto Chitram Shando Tamonudo. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Goda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. Brajeje Vihare Purve Krishna Balaram Kote Surya Chandrajini Doharane Jadam Se Dui Jagatere Hoya Sadai Godadeshe Purva Shaile Korila Udai. Sri Krishna and Balaram, the personalities of Godhead who formerly appeared in Vrindaban and were millions of times more effulgent than the sun and moon, have arisen over the eastern horizon of Godadesh, West Bengal, being compassionate for the fallen state of the world. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jahara Prakashe Sarva Jagat Ananda. Sri Krishna and Balaram, the personalities of Godhead who formerly appeared in Vrindaban and were millions of times more effulgent than the sun and moon, have arisen over the eastern horizon of Godadesh, Bengal, being compassionate for the fallen state of the world. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jahara Prakashe Sarva Jagat Ananda. The appearance of Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Prabhu Nityananda has surcharged the world with happiness. The appearance of Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Prabhu Nityananda has surcharged the world with happiness. Surya Chandra Hare Jaiche Sab Adakar Vastu Prakashiya Kore Dharmera Prachar. As the sun and moon drive away darkness by their appearance and reveal the nature of everything, these two brothers dissipate the darkness of ignorance, covering the living beings. These two brothers dissipate the darkness of ignorance, covering the living beings, and enlighten them with knowledge of the absolute truth. As the sun and moon drive away darkness by their appearance and reveal the nature of everything, these two brothers dissipate the darkness of ignorance covering the living beings and enlighten them with knowledge of the absolute truth. Agyana tamaranam kohiye kaitava dharmartha kamamokka bancha adisab. The darkness of ignorance is called kaitava, the way of cheating, which begins with religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. So dharmartha, kama, moksha, they're in the normal goals, the purusharthas mentioned in the Vedas, but here they're all called kaitava, cheating. And The darkness of ignorance is called Kaitava, the way of cheating, which begins with religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmat saranam satam vedyam vastavam atravastu shivadam tapa trayonmulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni krite kimva parar ishvara sadyo ridi avarujate tra kritibi susrushubis tachanad. The great scripture Srimad Bhagavatam, compiled by Mahamuni Vyasadeva from 4 original verses, Chatushloki, describes the most elevated and kind-hearted devotees and completely rejects the cheating ways of materially motivated religiosity. It propounds the highest principle of eternal religion, which can factually mitigate the threefold miseries of a living being and award the highest benediction of full prosperity and knowledge. Those willing to hear the message of this scripture in a submissive attitude of service can at once capture the Supreme Lord in their hearts. Therefore, there is no need for any scripture other than Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmat saranam satam vedyam vastavam atravastu shivadam tapa trayon mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni krite kimva parer ishvara sadyo ridi avarujate tra kritibi susrushubis tachanat. The great scripture Srimad Bhagavatam, compiled by Mahamuni Vyasadeva from 4 original verses, describes the most elevated and kind-hearted devotees and completely rejects the cheating ways, kaitava, of materially motivated religiosity. It propounds the threefold miseries of a living being and award the highest benediction of full prosperity and knowledge. It propounds the highest principles of eternal religion, which can factually mitigate the threefold miseries of a living being and award the highest benediction of full prosperity and knowledge. Those willing to hear the message of the scripture in a submissive attitude of service can at once capture the Supreme Lord in their hearts. Therefore, there is no need for any scripture other than Srimad Bhagavatam. Taramadye mukha bansha kaitava pradhan jaha hoite Krishna bhakti hoy antardan. The foremost process of cheating is to desire to achieve liberation by merging into the Supreme, for this causes the permanent disappearance of loving service to Krishna. Prashabdena moksha bishandir api nirasta iti. The prefix pra in the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam indicates that the desire for liberation is completely rejected. Krishna bhaktir badaka jata shubha shubha karma seha ek jivera ajnanat tamodharma. All kinds of activities, both auspicious and inauspicious, that are detrimental to the discharge of transcendental loving service to Lord Sri Krishna are actions of the darkness of ignorance. Jahara prasade e tamo hoy nash, tamo nasha kore kore, tatvera prakash. Jahara prasade tamo hoy nash, tamo nasha kore kore, tatvera prakash. By the grace of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, this darkness of ignorance is removed and the truth is brought to light. Tatpavastu Krishna, Krishna Bhakti Prema Roop, Nama Sankirtan Sab Ananda Swarup. The absolute truth is Sri Krishna, and loving devotion to Sri Krishna exhibited in pure love is achieved through Sankirtan, congregational chanting of the holy name, which is the essence of all bliss. Tatvara Vastu Krishna, Krishna Bhakti Prema Roop, Nam Sankirtan Sab Ananda Swarup. The absolute truth is Sri Krishna, and loving service to Sri Krishna exhibited in pure love is achieved through Nam Sankirtan, congregational chanting of the holy name, which is the essence of all bliss. Surya Chandra Bahirer Tama Se Binashe Bahir Bastu Gatapata Adi Se Prakashe. The sun and moon dissipate the darkness of the external world and thus reveal external material objects like pots and plates. Duibai Hridayera Kali Adakar Dui Bhagavat Sange Karana Sakatkar. Both these two brothers, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, dissipate the darkness of the inner core of the heart, and thus they help one meet the two kinds of Bhagavats, persons or things in relationship with the personality of Godhead. But these two brothers, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, dissipate the darkness of the inner core of the heart, and thus they help one meet the two kinds of Bhagavats, persons or things in relationship with the Lord. Ek Bhagavat Bora Bhagavata Shastra Ara Bhagavat Bhakta Bhakti Rasapatra. One of the Bhagavats is the great scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam, and the other is a pure devotee absorbed in the mellows of loving devotion. Dui Bhagavat Dwara Diya Bhakti Ras Tahara Hridaye Tara Preme Hoy Bas. Through the actions of these two Bhagavats, the Lord instills the mellows of transcendental loving service into the hearts of a living being, and thus the Lord, in the heart of his devotee, comes under the control of the devotee's love. So these two Bhagavats, the Bhagavat scripture and the association of the Bhagavats, the devotees, through the actions of these two Bhagavats, the Lord instills the mellows of transcendental loving service into the heart of a living being, and thus the Lord in the heart of his devotee comes under the control of the devotee's love. Ek adbhuta shama kale dohara prakash ara adbhuta chitta guhara tamo korenash. The first wonder is that both brothers appear simultaneously, and the other is that they illuminate the innermost depths of the heart. Echandra Surya Dui Parama Sadai Jagatera Bhagye Gode Korilas Udai. These two, the sun and moon, are very kind to the people of the world. Thus, for the good fortune of all, they have appeared on the horizon of Bengal. Dui Se Dui Prabhur Kore Charana Bandhan Jaha Hoite Vignanash Adishta Puran. Let us therefore worship the holy feet of these two lords. Thus one can be rid of all difficulties on the path of self-realization. Edui shloke koila mangala bandhan tritiya shlokararta shuna sarvajan. I have invoked the benediction of the Lord with these two verses, texts 1 and 2 of this chapter. Now please hear attentively the purport of the third verse. Bhaktavya bahuya granta vistarere dare vistare navarni sar arta kohi opakare. I purposely avoid extensive description for fear of increasing the bulk of this book. I shall describe the essence as concisely as possible. Mitam cha saram cha bacho I bhagnita iti. Essential truth spoken concisely is true eloquence. Shunile, so this is mitam cha saram cha bacho I bhagnita iti. Essential truth spoken concisely is true eloquence. Shunile khandibe chitera agyanadi dosh krishne gara prema habe paibe santosh. Simply hearing submissively will free one's heart from all the faults of ignorance, and thus one will achieve deep love for Krishna. This is the path of peace. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Dvaita Mahatva Tarabhakta Bhaktinam Prema Rasa Tattva Bina Bina Liki Jachi Korea Bichar Shunile Janibe Sab Vastu Tattvasar. If one patiently hears about the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and Sri Advaita Prabhu, and their devotees' devotional activities, name and fame, along with the mellows of their transcendental loving exchanges, one will learn the essence of the absolute truth. Therefore, I have described these in the Chaitanya Charitamrita with logic and discrimination. Shri Rupa Raghunath Parijara As Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishnadas, praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I Krishnadas narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-lila, first chapter, describing the spiritual masters. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha
Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama
Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan
Giridhari Gopinath Madan-Mohan
Giridhari Gopinath Madan-Mohan
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra
Janardan Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda
Radha Shiva Sari Gora Bhakta Govinda
Jai Rupa Sanatam Bhakta Raghunath
Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raghunath
Shri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Dasa Raghunath
Jiva Gopala Bhakta Dasa Raghunath
Echai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan
Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan
Jao Ete Vignana Shabishta Puran
Jai Vignana Kadista Puran
Echai Gosai Jar Mui Taradas
Jai Gosai Karuri Karunas
Pasabar Pararenu Mora Panchagas
Para Para Hinu Mora Panchagas
Tarer Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibas Janame Janame More Abhilas Echai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjai Haman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamodas Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Haribo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parabhajaka Charyashtatara Sarashi Shimad Shila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parabhajaka Charya Ashtatara Sarashi Shimad Shila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Shila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bharga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunath. Shri Jivako Paul Bhadadash Raghunath. Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindaban Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagwat Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishwabaranya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan. Sham Kunda Radha Kunda Kalinda Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Gaur Brahmanande Hari Hari Bol.
Jai Vishnu Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj Ki
Jai.